All right, we're live. Sorry, I bought a new webcam, this one, but it just won't connect. So that's why I'm late. But anyway, welcome, welcome. Yeah, sorry. So today I almost didn't do this live stream. I was like, I'm too tired to do it. But you know what? If you start giving yourself excuses why you can't do something, then if you allow yourself to have excuses to not do things, then you set yourself up for just not doing anything. So I figured let's do the stream. Let's uh, get this going. And so this way, I'm not giving myself permission to not do it. And perhaps you as well are not giving yourself permission to not do it. All right, I keep trying to close windows, but at this point, it looks like it's easier to just get a brand new uh, desktop. All right, so today we're going to do some AZ500 again. Um, it's going to be fun. I'll share the screen with you once it stops being weird and just hiding everywhere. But what is happening here? People, I hope everybody's Saturday is going great. My Saturday is, it's going to be a long day today. But we'll make it work. We'll go as far as we can. An hour, 44 minutes for this session. Unlikely that we're gonna go this long, but we're gonna give it a shot. Um, anyway, all right, let's do this. So we're gonna do configure and manage. Oh, wait. Let's share the screen so you can see it. Share the screen. Screen one, share. All right. Hopefully now you can see it. All right. Zoom in. All right, cool. Configure, manage host security. So configure and deploy endpoint protection. So I'm assuming that's like Windows stuff, virtual machines. You secure your virtual machines and access them. Deploy Windows Defender. Deploy a privileged access strategy for devices and privileged workstation. And practice layer security by reviewing and implementing security center and security benchmarks. Okay. That's gonna be interesting. Endpoint protection. Yeah, because I don't know that security center is part of as part of the free free tier for this. So okay, computers that interact directly with users are considered endpoint systems. Systems on devices such as laptops, smartphones, tablets, computers all need to be secure to help prevent them from acting as gateways for security attacks on organizations' network system. All right. Earlier, we discussed the shared responsibilities of helping secure services in Azure. IaaS involves more customer responsibility than PaaS, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. And Microsoft Defender for Cloud provides tools you need to harden your network, help secure your devices, your services, and stay on top of your security posture. All right. First step, help protect against malware. Second step, monitor the status of the anti-malware. Next, install anti-malware to help identify and remove viruses. You can either install the Microsoft solution or from a partner Um, okay. Um, Security Center reports. Okay, should have brought some water. Next, integrate your anti-malware solution with Microsoft Defender for cloud to monitor the status of the anti-malware protection. Security Center reports this on the endpoint protection issues blade. Security Center highlights issues such as threats and all that stuff. Yeah. Um, Security Center is actually it's a pretty neat tool because it tells you like, hey, you need to do this, you should do that. You have these vulnerabilities, you have these servers not patched and all that stuff. So yeah, Security Center reports the following endpoint protection issues: endpoint protection not installed on Azure VMs, endpoint protection not installed on non-Azure computers. A supported anti-malware solution isn't installed on these non-Azure computers. Yeah, because it also works on your laptops and all that stuff. Endpoint protection has health issues. Signatures out of date. So anti-malware solution, the signatures are out of date. So um, the signatures are what allows you to look for malware. Like here, this is the behavior that this malware has, or this is the code that this malware has, all that stuff. No real-time protection installed. Real-time protection is basically as soon as you touch any files in any way, shape, or form, the malware scan happens on your computer in some way, shape, or form. Um, Not reporting, so if there's no report of any data, blah blah blah. And unknown means literally that if there's a question on this, if they ask you what does unknown mean, the answer is. But anyway, um, privileged access device strategy. This is a relatively new guidance from Microsoft to ensure that most secure or to ensure the most secure conditions for your company, you need to ensure security from the time of purchase of a new device to its first usage and beyond. Zero trust means that you don't purchase from generic retailers, but only supply hardware from an authorized OEM that supports autopilot. Okay. For the solution, Root of Trust will be deployed using Windows Autopilot technology with hardware that meets the modern technical requirements. To secure a workstation, Autopilot lets you leverage Microsoft OEM optimized Windows 10 devices. These devices come in a known good state from the manufacturer. Instead of reimaging a potentially insecure device, Autopilot can transform a Windows 10 device into a business ready state. It applies settings and policies and installs apps and even changes the edition of Windows 10. Yeah, basically Windows Autopilot it's like you say you set it up so that it connects to Windows Autopilot. The user basically logs in, you get the device. Yeah, there you go. So the retailer sells the the hardware, you deliver it to a user, it and Windows Autopilot does the configuration for Windows Defender, mobile device management client, which connects to Intune, which then gives you the secure baseline, and then it also registers with Active Directory. And basically, the idea is you wouldn't have, in theory, with Autopilot, you wouldn't have to do um, anything. The idea behind Autopilot is you could actually ship it to any users, right? So if you are in enterprise, you could ship a device to a one of your users, and they receive it, they log in, and then they have um, everything that your organization needs. So it's pretty neat if you've worked on hardware reimaging and all that stuff. So, yeah. All right, hardware root of trust. To have a secured workstation, you need to make sure the following security technologies are included on the device: Trusted Platform Module (TPM2), BitLocker Drive Encryption, UEFI Secure Boot, drivers and firmware distributed through Windows updates, um, virtualization and HVCI. What's it? HVCI? Hyper-V Converged Infrastructure? I don't know. Enabled? What is HVCI? Hypervisor Protected Code Integrity. See why? Look, Microsoft. Hypervisor code integrity can use hardware technology and virtualization to isolate the code integrity decision-making function from the rest of the Windows operating system. When using virtualization-based security to isolate code integrity, the only way kernel memory can become executable is through code integrity verification. Okay. Yeah, so one thing that's nice about HVCI, and I know that because I've worked with Windows Defender, the way this technology works is you basically run processes in the memory. What am I saying? I'm just out of it today. You run your processes in a virtual environment on the machine. Um, what this means is you basically isolate the kernel, you isolate the whole machine from your the code that runs. And the advantage of this is that, okay, you've opened malware. Well, because the program that runs only has its own little sandbox that it can make modifications to, it can't really do much more than damage than just mess up the tiny baby sandbox that it has. So think about it as ransomware, right? If you opened ransomware on your laptop and it actually ran in a tiny little on-demand um, virtual sandbox, it only makes damage to that virtual sandbox, which gets deleted at the end anyway. So very practical. Windows Hello, that's just all the security for authentication. So biometrics, it also uses your camera. You can have the PIN, all that stuff. DMA IO protection. What is DMA? I'm gonna say direct memory access. Dallas Museum of Art. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yep, direct memory access. Look at this. It's a feature. Let me zoom this in. Okay. Is a feature of computer systems that allows certain hardware subsystems to access main system memory independently of the CPU. Without DMA, when the CPU is using programmed input-output, it is typically fully occupied for the entire duration of the read-write operation and thus unavailable to perform other work. With DMA, the CPU first initiates transfer, then it does other operations while the transfer is in progress, and then finally receives an interrupt from the DMA controller when the operation is done. Okay. Okay. All right. System guard. I don't know what that is. Modern standby. I don't know what that is either. All right. Levels of device security. Enterprise device, common usage, home users, small business users, general purpose, developers, enterprise, or an application, browsing, secure anti-malware and virus protection, and policy-based security posture for the enterprise. Specialized device, specialized or secure user, run approved application and cannot install apps, email, and web browsing. Allowed, no admin control, and no self-administration of device. No application installation, policy-based. Privileged device, no local admins, no productivity tools, locked PAW device. Privileged access workstation is what PAW stands for. I know this one, but again, Microsoft, stop with the acronyms. All right, I'm actually parched. And I'm very tired. Okay, this chart shows the level of device security controls based on how the device will be used. Enterprise security, standard user, okay. Session. What are we talking about? Protect existing attack surface. Specialized device. Paul. Okay, device security controls. Enterprise devices. What? So they're like deny BYOD device enrollment, bring your own device. But then there's a joint personal device via autopilot. What? Oh. Okay. I guess what this means is that you can't bring your personal device with your personal OS, with your personal configuration, but you can join your personal device with autopilot and get all the security features that you would want. Oh, that was a tough morning. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna call this one. We'll be back some other day. I'm just too tired right now. I'm not. This is not gonna be an enjoyable live stream for anyone, so we'll do it some other day. I'm just gonna put this one as not good. All right. Bye.